aliens and their existence. The most mythological question: do aliens exist? Are there any aliens in space? So we asked 5 experts on space and astrology if aliens do even exist, and would naked human eye be able to see them? Out of our asked 5 scientists agree that there is a big possibility that they might exist other than one. Let's meet them and see their perspective and why they believe what they said. Our first expert was Helen Maynard Casely, who was Senior Instrument Scientist, Australian Nuclear Science and Technology Organisation. She states that I'm of the opinion that it's only a matter of time before we find something that resembles biology somewhere other than on Earth. This is because we're increasingly finding various potential pockets in our solar system that may be hospitable to life as we know it. For instance, consider the under-ice oceans of Europa and Ganymede, 2 of Jupiter's large moons. These are places where the temperature is just right, there is access to water and to minerals, too. Then again, that's viewing things with a very Earth-like lens, and of course alien life could be very different to our own. Second guest was Rebecca Allen, who was Coordinator Swinburne Astronomy Online Program Lead of Microgravity Experimentation, Space Technology and Industry Institute, Swinburne University of Technology. She states that yes, but they probably don't look like us. There are more than 100 billion planets estimated to exist in our galaxy alone, with some 6 billion potentially being Earth-like. Therefore, the probability that life exists elsewhere is all but confirmed. When we hear the word alien, however, an image of a humanoid lifeform usually springs to mind. But even on Earth, the most predominant form of life is much older, smaller, and more resilient. I'm talking about microorganisms, of course. These organisms defy science by existing where life has no business existing, such as in the sludge around volcanic vents. I would bet alien life exists in the form of these extremophiles. Then we asked Professor Stephen Tingey, who is John Curtin Distinguished Professor, Radio Astronomy, in Curtin University and our third guest. And he states that yes, but that's a bold assertion. So, let's be clear what we are talking about. I consider the term alien to reference all manner of life, as we understand it on Earth, resident in places other than on Earth. Having said that, there is currently no detailed consensus on the definition of life. It is a very complex concept. But if we found something like bacteria somewhere other than on Earth, I would classify this as alien life. After that, our fourth guest who agree that aliens could exist, Professor Jonty Horner, Professor, Astrophysics, in University of Southern Queensland. Who states that I think that has to be a definite yes. But I think the real question is, are aliens close enough for us to discover them? Space is unbelievably big. In the last few decades, we've learned almost every star in the cosmos has planets. Our galaxy, the Milky Way, is estimated to have up to 400 billion stars. If each of those has 5 planets, we'd have 2 trillion planets in our galaxy alone. And we know there are more galaxies in the cosmos than there are planets in the Milky Way. In other words, there's a lot of real estate out there. And with so much variety, I find it impossible to believe Earth is the only planet that has life, including intelligent and technologically advanced life. Lastly, our fifth guest who disagree with our other experts, named Professor Martin van Kranendonk, Professor and Director of the Australian Centre for Astrobiology, UNSW Sydney. Who states that a simple answer to this question is no. If we use purely empirical data and assume the question refers to any type of life outside of Earth that is not related to human activity, then the answer, as far as we know, must be no. But, of course, our knowledge relating to this question is finite. We have not investigated every corner of the universe for signs of life, and we do not even know what may constitute life in another chemical system, as there is no agreed-on definition of carbon-based life even here on Earth. So we ask you now. What do you guys think? Do aliens exist? Or is it just made-up facade? Do let us know through comment and like.